Shawn announced to destroy Dankus and is literally sending him Trojans. There's a lot of proof. I can't show much of it, but a lot of friends have been quarantined.
Oh yeah, I've been in contact with the police. Yes.
Very fucked up shit. He's telling me that he's gonna my girlfriend.
So this is my rise of fall of Shawn, aka GOATED, aka göted, the memer, the YouTuber, the, I guess, drama queen, I suppose. I think it might just be better I just dive directly into the comment and start digging deep from there and then building off the back of that. The reason to make this video is just to kind of chronologue the events leading up to this point. I just felt like it's important to give my kind of chronological events of how I met him, how I communicated with him, and to the very end of this scenario. And just kind of give you an idea, a lot of the information that's delivered and how kind of narratives are built off being a victim, and also narratives of the kind of like misleading a lot of information to come to a different conclusion than the actual true events actually happened. Let's dig deep and let's talk about the comment in question. All right then, so this is a reply to a comment that came on my videos, and initially it was referred to as Shawn, and then he initially made a YouTube account called GOATED. GOATED, Shawn, göted is a Estonian child, I guess. I guess he's 17 now. I guess depending on what country you live in, that could be considered an adult or a child. It's important that I bring that up because age seems to be a reoccurring theme he likes to bring up. Like, I was young, I was stupid. Maybe I'm still young and stupid, but I don't want any responsibilities of an actual adult. So, yo, I killed games, I cut host internet connections all day long because it was a 15-year-old I had nothing better to do. I was a complete bozo and realized that a few months after I left, I apologized privately to Tommy K, and of course, he ignored me and went about my life. That time in my life was filled with nothing but embarrassment, and I've learned a fuck ton from that experience. So this is a very brief summary of events. Stupid and being a bozo, put it very bluntly. This is kind of like super edgy kid behavior. We've got loads of examples here. So the big overarching theme is he DDoSed Tommy K RP games, which basically means you use like a hacking tool to crash lobbies in Hoi 4 games. So he joins them, he causes the lobby to crash, and they can't load and host any games. I guess it feels good to do that because it feels empowering. You have the ability to move your hand and destroy people's fun, I suppose. But there's more to this really as well. There's a lot of instances of sending really seedy DMs directly to Tommy K directly, mentioning about R-ing his girlfriend, showing very creepy references to his girlfriend, getting unbelievably personal. Probably the reason why Tommy K couldn't ignore it anymore. So probably the first thing that's going to crop up is like, hang on a minute, how do you know that Shawn is GOATED? So what's the receipts on that? It basically references this video. And if you listen very closely, watch any of GOATED's videos, you know this is GOATED. So any doubt about it being him, it is definitely him. Listen closely.
Where is this all going? Let's take a look here.
Tommy K declared war on me. Listen up here, Tommy Gay. You just made a big mistake. You might think you have the upper hand here, but you're sorely mistaken. You're not going to do anything, old man. You're not going to sue me. You're not going to get the police on me. You might have my address, but you can play that game.
Yeah, I mean, that pretty much sums it up, really. This private video was sent to Tommy. It proves that it's GOATED voice. You all recognize it from the video, so it is definitely him. So there's no doubt about it. He can't ignore the past that he isn't Shawn. Shawn is GOATED. GOATED is Shawn. They're the same person. But of course, there's more to this as well. It wasn't just a matter of DDoSing. Once again, I'm not like, there's no slander going on here. I'm not insulting anyone, by the way. I'm just recalling the events that actually happened. So insulting of girlfriends, proving that he is GOATED. He was DDoSing Dankers, and he sent viruses to Dankers as well. Shawn's narrative with this is going to be just crashing lobbies in Hoi 4. It was mindless fun. It was just a good time. But there was obviously a lot more to it than that, as I mentioned previously. So just to summarize, he cheated lobbies and used the cheat engine, which is a way of like, you can artificially affect the stats in the back end of Hoi 4. From my understanding, it's not actually that effective. It's like a way of manipulating the numbers in Hoi 4 so you can produce more equipment or get more political power. Lots of like, a lot of back end trainer style stuff you can do in Hoi 4. So this is probably the most malicious at grabbing IP address and then potentially DDoSing. DDoSing Dankers, which is really bad because Dankers uses his livelihood to stream. Okay, it's not his full-time job, obviously, but he does that on the side and obviously denies him actual income. And obviously he used a website to DDoS as well to take down people's, like, kind of denies you from being on the internet, to be honest with you. So basically, I apologize for things I said about his girlfriend, the R word, for killing Tommy K RP games by starting them, DDoSing them. Severely apologize to Dankus Meme for ruining his career by DDoSing them 3 times. Naming your templates the N word, which obviously is bad because he's a streamer, therefore you can see the N word and getting banned on Twitch. I severely apologize for Kowalski for bullying you and how you look and telling you to kill yourself. Amazing. What a great chap. But don't forget, guys, this was, he's changed. He's a brand new person now. So much time has passed. Technically only 18 months, but there we go. This was July 2021. Okay, let's talk about me and him now. Okay, paragraph 2. I decided to become a YouTuber because I genuinely enjoyed it. And one day I joined your... I tell you about my YouTube channel and everything, nothing too bad, and nothing bad happened. We spent months DMing on and off and mentioned how Hoi 4 is actually easy. This was the first time I actually had a big disagreement with him. What he was actually saying here, he was kind of, I had to read between the lines to understand this, is he was basically saying getting views for Hoi 4 is easy. But what he was actually saying is he was bored with Hoi 4 and he already wanted to move on. One typical thing of GOATED, which I can relate to, this is one of the reasons I actually liked him when I first spoke to him, is he reminded me of me, because me in my early teens and early 20s, I had this bad ADHD, not officially diagnosed, kind of internet slang, just referring to the fact that nothing could hold my attention more than 5 minutes, and I would bounce around the walls all the time. Right now, I feel like I'm really structured and I can hold my attention for something that's not particularly exciting, but back then I couldn't. I got confused by is he wasn't saying it directly, which was kind of frustrating, is he was saying that he was bored with Hoi 4. I was ultra cocky and dumb as fuck, but pretty sure what was triggered your man-child is insane hatred for me at the point it wasn't true. This is 100% incorrect. I loved his content, and the minute I knew he was GOATED and I looked at his videos, I was like, these videos are actually good quality, well written, and they have really good narratives to him. And I even told him that. But surprisingly, he doesn't hear the positive stuff and he dwells on the negative stuff. So this is a DM between me and GOATED. Awesome. I work from home. I make a decent living. Paying game is enjoyable and it's a dream. You can't relate to it because I'm not working normally for 10 years. Basically, I was basically saying is that you can't really appreciate being a full-time YouTuber because a lot of the time you don't have a reference point of another job that you worked that you particularly hated. No disrespect to anyone who works a job that they dislike, but I was that person one bit. I worked call centers for 11 years. I fucking hated it. I realized that I use that as a reference point to motivate me and give me motivation to make more videos and whatnot. I suppose I couldn't stand playing some shitty video game every day. It's just a reflection of that relates to me. I was like when I was younger. I didn't have the attention span to hold something. So be aware here, he's probably going to use ADHD as me insulting his mental health. It's not the case. I'm using internet slang to reference ADHD as attention span. And once again, that's something that I was guilty of. And when I was a teenager, I'd hop between games one every 20 minutes, never completed any games. I don't have that problem because I don't want to play a game every day for 5 years straight. Doesn't mean it's ADHD. That shit is just depressing as fuck. I mean, to be fair, that's life. Working a 40-hour work week is depressing. It's repetitive. It's frustrating. And the fact that a computer game, you have the choice to do it, but then still causes him to be depressing as fuck. Maybe there's more going on there. Anyway, I've lost the feeling to make thumbnails for you. Doesn't seem like you want them anyways. So this was one of the first things he came into my DMs about. I think this was after when I had a first voice conversation with him, and he basically wanted to make me a thumbnail. And he had he had some very strange ideas of what a good thumbnail was. He liked these super simplistic, kind of like deep fried style thumbnails. And I was like, this won't work with my community. It kind of reflects back actually that he had like these really ideas. He knew how the YouTube meta worked. And that was kind of one of the disagreements me and him had, but we'll get onto that later. So I basically said to him, you seem a little bit emotional about this issue, bro. I'm sorry, I'm not. Pretty much sums it up really. I think the biggest thing he was insulted by that I wasn't really interested in his thumbnails. So I think for the most part, he had one big viral video that got 500,000 views. And I think with that, he had a bit of a chip on his shoulder and he was a little bit confident about that. And he felt like he understood the YouTube meta. But the problem is I specifically said to him, for people who are good at YouTube are people who've been on the platform for a long time and then understand the patterns of how you analyze and reach data. So as I mentioned, I'm usually in my public chats on my Discord quite frequently. And I will chat and have conversations with anyone. But one thing I have zero tolerance for is people talking shit, okay? Talking rubbish. Because at the end of the day, if I'm in my voice chat and I'm a public voice chat, I have to listen to people. So I'm not going to be sucking anyone's dick in my voice chat. I'm blunt with people. I will say to you what you've said is incorrect. And GOATED, as I said to you, is very confident, had a bit of a chip on his shoulder. And he said a lot of bullshit stuff, okay? And I immediately called him out on each of them and he got mad upset in the comments. It's also kind of important to mention as well that I kind of speak to everyone the same way, that no one gets kind of special treatment. I guess maybe he wanted me to kiss his hand and tell him he was a good boy and kind of being his internet daddy. But the truth is I was willing to call him out on anything he said that was incorrect. And he wasn't willing to accept that. And that's probably what pissed him off the actual most. Your toxicity became very noticeable in voice chats after that. You gave off an insane psycho vibes and were very manipulative towards me. I would respond with an aggression as well when I did that. And you'd be like, oh, what the hell is wrong with you? Why are you so toxic? No, that's not true. I called you out for not accepting the information that I was giving you. If I say this information is incorrect and this is why, and then you respond, I don't believe you, so I need you to prove what you've said is incorrect. But he just wanted me to agree with him. That was basically it. I guess the interpretation of me disagreeing with him, he interpreted that as toxic, but there we go. I'm not joking though when I say I was scared of you and generally was shaking during the VC thing. There was nothing to reference. I was basically insulting him personally. I was basically referencing the points that he was actually making. I was basically arguing against what he would said, not him as an individual. So I don't understand why he said this. This is an example which I think is really funny, because with this big long post, he draws this narrative that I'm pursuing him constantly. Like I'm the groomer pursuing a young minor constantly. But right now, he just out of the blue at 11:34 in the morning just DMs me with my name. And I don't know what to say to him, so I just go tagged him back. And he goes, what's the problem with me? And I go, what do you mean? You're toxic as fuck. Yep, that's me. I give everyone a hard time. Brings out the inner Spartan. I was harsh with Zero, and I look at him now, and on the way, he's becoming a full-time YouTuber. No safe space in voice calls for me. I mean, this is a reflection of what I was saying. He kind of wanted a yes space. He wanted a safe space, and I wasn't willing to give it to him. It's very so strange, isn't it? He comes across this super hard man and really aggressive in the Tommy K drama hacking incident, but then in DMs, he's like a little like, oh, don't be mean to me. I need a safe space. And he didn't really have anything to say, so he just said, you suck. It was such a 360. Like all of a sudden, I was saying, I like your content. I love what you do. Keep making what you do. Here's some advice. And then all of a sudden, he goes into my DMs and he's kind of like really upset. I don't know. He just felt like a little bit overly snowflakey. And he just went from 0 to 100 really, really, really quickly. One of the reoccurring things that cropped up that really got under his nerves is that he made one of his videos. I said that the first half of the video was gold. It was like the perfect video. And I even said that to him. This is a perfect video. You've done a really good job with this. I'm patting him on the back. I'm being his internet daddy. I feel like I was giving him what he wanted to hear. He wanted that safe space. He wanted a yes man. I was giving him that. But for some bizarre reason, it needed to all be positive. Every single word needed to be positive because he wasn't willing to see anything negative. I can't remember which video it was now. But what I said to him is the first half of this video is gold. This is prime content. But there's like a certain thing that happens halfway through this video where it kind of falls off. Is it this video or is it maybe another one? I just remember seeing it in my feed. Once again, I'm not pursuing this guy's content. I'm not subscribed to this guy. Once again, people link me his content. So once again, this narrative of me pursuing him is not true. I confronted him, which was the DMs, and asked you why you were being so toxic. He responded in the first with confusion, gaslighting. So by the way, his definition of gaslighting, which I actually have DMs to show this is gaslight. By the way, guys, if you want a dictionary definition of what gaslighting is, that's gaslighting. This is gaslighting, by the way. Dog whistling. What do you mean? This is how you gaslight on the internet, boys. I asked you talking about one of your goons. His name was Star something. I mean, to be honest, dude, listen, if we're going to recall events that happened, we might want to think a bit more about the accuracy. Star something. Is this guy called Star? Listen, if you're recalling events and you can't recall the name of a YouTuber that I reference, that might be a problem. It might question the accuracy of this little statement you're giving me. I'm just saying. So for weeks after, you'd occasionally send me weird shit like, yo, I heard something about you. Okay, so I think out of all the back and forth I ever had with him, I think I only approached him once, etc., trying to get back into conversation with me. Now, this is so weird because he constantly accuses Tommy of taking too long and ignoring his DMs, and then he accuses of me instigating and approaching him, pursuing him too oftenly. Just be aware, he's trying to build a narrative that I'm older than him, therefore I'm trying to groom him. That's the narrative he's trying to get. Just for the reference material, though, I only approached him in DMs once. Every other time, he DM'd me, or he came into my public voice chat. I ignored your little goofy attempts all the time. At one point, I blocked you, in which you gleamlessly deleted all your DMs history with me and very, very innocent behavior, and then blocked me and banned you from the Discord server. So actually, that's not quite true. The reason I deleted your DMs and blocked you is I had someone telling me that GOATED was working on a roasting video, And I'm thinking to myself, knowing from past drama with GOATED and Tommy K and how he leaks DMs, which I have proof of that. There's another video where he leaks DMs as well. This is another video, the true end of the Hoi 4 YouTuber. And this is, by the way, after when he'd apologized to Tommy K, proposed him with a 2-page letter of his apology, but he's still chatting shit to Tommy K. Probably because he doesn't reply to his DMs within 10 minutes, possibly. Once again, it shows that even if he apologizes, it doesn't even matter. It really doesn't matter because he just keeps going. I don't want him to have the control to do that. I want to limit the ammunition he's got on a roasted video. So I purged every single one of his DMs to GOATED, and I blocked him and I banned him from the Discord. And I was like, for the most part, I think we're done now. We don't really need to reference GOATED anymore. Okay, this is one of the reasons I actually DM'd him. I asked him if he was Shawn. Someone else DM'd me because I tell you what, GOATED is a weird guy in a way because he has lots of people who are really close to him and really loyal to him that are willing to brigade for him. But he also has like an inner circle of people that leak information about him constantly all the time as well. So I had one person telling me he was making a roasting video, which is part of his inner circle because he heard him say it in a voice chat. And then I had another person in his inner circle telling me, be careful with this guy because this guy is Shawn. He's the hacker. And at this point I was like, who's the hacker? And that's when I obviously looked up the previous history and spoke to Tommy K about the history behind it as well. Okay, the next bit gets a little bit creepy. So just you know, I saved all the DMs on some of the VC footage. I have evidence of everything. You're obviously abusing me because you know I won't retaliate. I haven't so far because I don't give a shit. He doesn't give a shit. Remember this part. This is a reference material for future content. This guy doesn't give a shit. Remember, he doesn't give a shit. Remember, I thought many times about making a video dunking on you and exposing you as a complete creep. Once again, you approached me, bro. But the motivation usually goes away after half an hour. It's strange to him to use the word creep as well, like referencing R in Tommy K's girlfriend as well, and doxing and dropping N-bombs in Hoi 4. But once again, he's the creep, remember, don't forget that. Remember, only 18 months ago this came out and this was exposed, by the way. Only 18 months ago. Let's not pretend this was a decade ago. This was only 18 months ago. But the motivation usually goes away after half an hour because I always have better things to do. Remember, he's got better things to do. Don't forget this. Better things to do. Better things to do. Better things to do. With this little essay he's written here. We'll remember those two key points. They'll be referenced in future. He doesn't give a shit and he has better things to do. Let's not forget those two words, guys. Better things to do and he doesn't give a shit. I want you to imprint those words into your mind and think about them. But the fact that he's recorded voice conversations without letting anyone know, and then he's calling me a creep. I don't know, man. If I had voice recordings of GOATED speaking on my Discord, you would call me a creep, but for some reason that makes me a creep. There we go. The mind of GOATED doesn't make a lot of sense. Here's what I think about you, Dave. You are an insecure little man who spends his free time stalking and mocking a 17. So we've gone from I'm DMing, I'm pursuing now, all the way to stalking and mocking a 17-year-old kid. You're an adult. Don't do this. I'm a child narrative. You're not a child. You're a full-blown adult. Don't be this bullshit. I'm an innocent child. Innocent N-bombs in games, DDoXing, blowing up lobbies. I'm a child. I'm just a child. Because, by the way, I don't actually care how old you are online if you're doing stupid shit, by the way. I don't actually give a crap. If you're 2 years old or 500 years old and you're doing stupid shit online, I will call you out for it. Because of insane jealousy or whatever the fuck. In jealousy, I don't understand. I'm a full-time YouTuber, my dude. You just created a brand new account and abandoned all the hard work that you got into. Why would I be jealous of that? To be fair, I was proud of you when you were in my Discord. I was saying that your content was great and how to make it even better. So I don't understand this jealousy angle. You're a middle-aged loser who will never make anything greater than mental equivalent of popcorn videos. Is that what ISP does? Is that what Swiffing Brit does? Popcorn videos? I don't even know what to say to that. I guess I'm making popcorn videos and doing it as a full-time living, and we're living quite well, I guess. Why the fuck would I call you a psycho because of your opinion? Another YouTuber told me this. He basically said that I was calling Feedback Gaming out and calling him a psycho on the Discord, and the YouTuber approached him and said, can you give me some sort of proof that Feedback Gaming is a psycho? And he didn't produce anything. Hence why I think this DM and VC footage is a lie, because he doesn't actually have any receipts. That literally makes no sense. You can't even fabricate shit correctly, you dumb fuck. Okay, we're getting to insults now. I can feel like as you go down here, he starts quite calm and then he starts to get really angry. Suck a big fart out of your ass, you creepy fuck. Okay. Now shut the fuck up and go back to making your dog shit videos, you greasy goofball. It's really funny that he did dog shit here. He's like, he tried to censor the shit, but then YouTube still blocked him. Hey, I didn't block him, okay? YouTube blocked him, okay? Just for reference there. So just remember the narrative here. He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't give a damn. He's written a full little essay about how he dislikes me, and he's not upset, by the way. He's not angry. Constantly push this narrative of pursuing, grooming, mocking, and bullying, because he's referencing the age difference. So that's going to be his number one ammunition. That's the gun. He's going to load into every gun of every video he produces. But remember, he doesn't care. He doesn't give a damn. He doesn't care. Remember that. Remember, he's going to say that over and over again. Listen, GOATED. Shawn, I'm looking at you right now, my dude. I don't give a flying fuck of the age difference. I don't give a flying fuck, my dude. Now, the next point is like, oh, hang on, Dave, you missed a point. You're reading out his comment here, so you're pursuing him, right? Right? No, actually, no, I'm not pursuing him. The reason why this got brought to my attention, not because I was checking my comments on my YouTube. This person came into my Discord here, Patrick Bateman, the Patrick man himself. Account created August 2020. Ah, interesting. And what we already know so far is the previous accounts that GOATED has had and used in the past has got a Patrick Bateman right here. So there is a very high chance these are all previous accounts that GOATED have had either on Steam or Discord, I believe. And again, Mr. Patrick Bateman is back once again on my Discord. And he's come to my Discord to basically, remember, I'm the pursuer. I'm pursuing him, basically shoving this comment in my face and saying, look at this comment. So he simultaneously commented on my YouTube video. Then, once again, come into my Discord on an alt account to shove it in my face a second time. Remember, I'm the pursuer, though. Don't forget that I'm pursuing him. And basically, here, he's trying to come across neutral to try and come across like, oh, I'm not GOATED. I actually respect GOATED, and I think you're a very good YouTuber. You know, I think I just want to summarize all of this because there isn't anything else to say other than what I've already mentioned. But you know what really sucks the most about this? This is what sucks the most. Listen to me very closely here, guys. When I first spoke to GOATED, I really liked him. I actually thought he was a really cool guy. I felt passion. I felt enthusiasm. I felt confidence, and I kind of liked that because that actually that's one of like the key tick boxes you need to be a good YouTuber. But the one thing he didn't have that was missing, and that's why I drilled it into him that he needs to gain the mindset, is the grind mindset. And in short, the grind mindset is the ability to not be wired up to the dopamine drip and being able to constantly produce content and pump it out regularly to actually grow a successful YouTube channel. And I said to him, dude, you've done a really good job with this video. You've done a really fantastic job with these videos, these viral videos you've created on the GOATED channel. It's really great, but you need to produce another 50 videos to become a YouTuber. And that was the point when I said those words. He didn't want to hear that because at that point he'd already made his mind up that Hoi 4 was easy, and therefore he'd mentally already disconnect himself from it. I feel like when I spoke to him, I heard and I saw me. It felt like it was me in my teens and early 20s. I had that kind of like, I need to get instant gratification from this said thing or it can't hold my attention. I'd work on web design for like an hour and then I get bored. I'd work on YouTube video development for an hour and then I get bored. I'd work on so many things bouncing back and forth, graphic design and whatnot, but nothing could hold my attention span. And there are no magic words that can fix that, to be honest with you. I mean, that's the one of two possibilities. One, he'll keep producing content with this star game or whatever it's called, and he'll get bored because he's not getting views, he's not getting the dopamine drip from it. Or he'll get back to Hoi 4. Being that I've seen him play Hoi 4 today, I think he's probably already thinking about returning to Hoi 4. This is him logged in today. By the way, this is the easy game, by the way. The game that's just so easy to get views, but it's got a toxic community. Boom, playing Hearts of Iron 4 for an hour. The easy game. Good times, good times. Okay, first thing I need to make you aware is no one here on this channel, if you are a Feedback Gaming fan, will ever leave a hate comment on any of GOATED's videos. I'm going to say this crystal clear. If I see a hate comment on any one of GOATED's videos, which I won't be looking for anymore, but if I do hear about them, I will find your account on my Discord and I will ban you. We are not using this platform to send brigades to any other people and send hate to anyone else. This is the very last time I've addressed GOATED drama, and to be fair, it is the very last time as well. This was a drama video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want more of this, and don't forget to check out the next video. You like this kind of content? Well, there's Might be what you're into, or maybe not. Who knows? Give it a go. Boom.